Oh, wait, on the count of three.
1, 2, 3. I'm here to tell you the effects of cigarettes. No smoking by Justin Combs. This is the table of contents. Part 1 is smoking, 2 legal, 3 social effects, Part 4 your physical effects, and my conclusion. Smoking. Why people smoke. Addiction. Mental and emotional dependence on a substance. Nicotine is the addictive drug in cigarettes. About 70% of smokers tell themselves they want to quit, and about 40% try to quit each year. However, only 4 to 7% succeed without help. People who smoke not only become physically dependent on nicotine, also there's a strong emotional, psychological dependence. This is what leads to relapse after quitting. Why people start. To fit with the crowd. All my friends do it. To appear sophisticated or cool. To be grown up. To assert your independence. As a sign of protest, rebellion, or to defy authority. Free samples from friends or advertisers. Influences from people you respect and admire. Getting addicted. Each cigarette contains 10 milligrams of nicotine. Because the smoker inhales only some of the smoke from a cigarette, not all of each puff is absorbed in the lungs. A smoker gets about 1 to 2 milligrams of the drug from each cigarette. That doesn't seem like much. However, it is enough to make someone addicted. Everyone knows that smoking is bad for you, and most people that do it want to quit. In fact, nearly 35 million people make a serious attempt to quit each year. Unfortunately, most who try to quit on their own relapse, often within a week. This is transmitted nerve cell going into the receiver cell, and that's how it affects the receptor. It takes them away. Benefits. Smoking acts as an appetite suppressant by reducing the desire for sweet food and carbohydrates, which I eat anyway. Smoking can reduce problems associated with Alzheimer's disease and possibly schizophrenia. There are no legitimate benefits to smoking cigarettes. Ever. Legal. Age. In the United States, you have to be at least 18 years or older to purchase and possess tobacco. Therefore, if you are 17, it is illegal for you to smoke, own, and buy cigarettes. Advertising. Advertising is expressed in numerous ways, including media, sponsorships, and magazines. Cigarettes are primarily advertised to young adults. Cigarettes companies use ways to try and attract the viewer. Santa Claus, smoking a cigarette. Fine young lady, smoking a cigarette. Warning labels. Beginning September 2012, the FDA will require larger, more prominent cigarette health warnings on all cigarette packaging, are the first change in cigarette warnings in more than 25 years, and are a significant advancement in showing the dangers of smoking. Tobacco use is the leading cause of premature and preventable death in the United States, and claims almost 500,000 lives each year. So the FDA is going to try and do a better job warning Americans what smoking does to them before they do it. Social effects. Relationships. Cigarettes are gross and very unattractive to many people. Being a cigarette smoker puts you at many disadvantages with the ladies. Most girls choose not to date guys or talk to guys that smoke. It doesn't smell good and on one's breath, and it affects your breathing and punishes your lungs so much that you will likely cough frequently. Cigarettes also affect you and your boss's relationship. If your boss knows that you smoke, it certainly doesn't look good as an employer. Hazards. Obviously, cigarettes are hazardous to the body, but cigarettes have had a recent tradition of sparking wildfires throughout dry areas. People throw out still lit cigarettes and causes fires in cities and towns that are suffering from a drought. Frowned upon. Smoking in general is naturally frowned upon by people. According to studies, cigarettes cause more than 1 in 5 American deaths. Therefore, most citizens knew someone or has had someone in their family die from smoking, which along with the health effects is why people look at it in a negative way. Physical effects. The brain. The brain is connected to the heart and the lungs through arteries. These arteries supply oxygen and other chemicals to the brain. When a person smokes a cigarette, the chemicals inhaled are sent to the brain. Smoking also blocks the carotid artery. This makes the blood supply to the brain cells cut off. This results in stroke, called cerebral thrombosis. Smokers' risk of having a stroke is 1.5 times more than the non-smokers. Lungs. Lung cancer is the most common cancer among people in the United States, and 90% of the cases are caused by cigarette smoking. Unfortunately, only 12 to 15% of the cases are being cured by treatments available today. Smoking elasticity is what hurts your lungs. When you inhale, the lungs expand and they are pulled back to their normal state by the elastic tissue lining in their inner walls. When you smoke, these elastic tissues get damaged due to deposits of tar. After a period of continued smoking, these tissues get so bad that they fail to perform their function. So the lungs stay in an expanded state, making it difficult to exhale. This condition is called emphysema. Your heart. Chemicals in tobacco smoke harm blood cells and damage the functions of the heart and the structure and functions of blood vessels. This damage increases your risk of atherosclerosis. Smoking leads to inadequate blood supply due to the effects of carbon monoxide left from the tobacco smoke. Because the body needs a big supply of oxygen, the heart needs to work faster. This leads to stress on the heart, which eventually causes angina or a sudden heart attack. My conclusion. Smoking is obviously very bad for you and has killed many people. If I become addicted to cigarettes at an early age, then it will shorten my life dramatically. If you've been around me, it has been around me all my life, and I have seen how it affects people and their mood. It's illegal to use at 17, and with my current legal situation, it's simply stupid to mess with. The only reason I picked it up was because I thought it was cool and was the thing I was supposed to do at that time. There are many other things to do and enjoy that are a lot better for you and your health. Therefore, no smoking. These are my references in the presentation.